Well, hey, good morning. Thanks so much for waking up with us here on the Daily Brew. It's Tuesday. I feel like all morning long I was thinking that it was Wednesday.
So far away from y'all.
One day, get on over here.
I said Monday at the top of the 6:30, so we're all over the place.
Yeah, it's
Tuesday, everyone.
Yeah, it is Tuesday.
Yeah.
7 a.m.
Are we sure it's Tuesday?
I think, right? Yeah, Tuesday, July 8th. That means you got one more day until the Amazon Prime.
No, it's today.
The 8th through, is
11th.
it today, Jonah? Is it today?
Yeah,
Everything's
it is the
today.
8th today.
Walmart,
Oh, is
Target,
that why you've been trying to
Amazon.
shop all morning?
Joe,
Yeah, because we were talking about how,
we were discussing things that I might need. One of
Yes.
those steam cleaners. I really want to try one of those. Have y'all heard of those?
oh, like,
Is this to clean your shower though?
Yeah, and like your oven, your stove, like all that. Apparently, it's like great. Like you put the steam on it and just wipes right out.
yeah, it's just like an iron, but you can clean.
So I
Okay,
need it.
well, that could
Yeah.
be handy dandy.
No, I actually would like that. It'd make cleaning a lot easier because I hate
And it
vacuuming.
comes with a lot of
hate-
different attachments, so you can fit it in like different places
Yeah.
and scrubbers.
Is it expensive?
Like $40
Oh.
on Amazon Prime or Walmart right now.
Seems like a lot of work. Can you just like take a rag and some chemicals and
That sounds like a lot more work when you have self-tanner everywhere, Joe.
Uh-oh. All right, so first, before we get to Amazon Prime, let's talk about the San Fermin first running of the bulls, which happened on Monday. Have you seen this video where they released the 12 bulls and they, run through the streets there at Papelona, and people run with them and around them, and some are under them, and it gets a little crazy.
I'll say whoever wrote that banner, I like
my.
that banner. Come for the
These
culture,
people
stay
are
for the hospital.
wild.
And the good thing about this is that there were no deaths reported, which I mean there
That's good.
has been,
Yes.
but some injuries. But I kind of feel like you could get to the side, right? Like they're just in one path.
Right. Well, you just never know if they're going to go rogue or if you trip. And
That'd be mile
and
up.
you get numerous. Well, see, like that's the problem. And then now they trip. Yeah.
I don't like it.
Yeah, it's a bit controversial, right?
I don't like it in
Because,
any form or fashion. I'm worried for everyone in that video.
Are you running with the bulls?
No.
Only if I'm at the very, very front.
Only if I had to. Like if I
Where
was
I go behind them. Hey
Running for your
guys.
life?
Yeah, if I was running, yes. And it looks like
And that's kind of
they're
what they're doing.
Yeah,
No.
but they choose to though. That's the problem.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean, it's probably because their ancestors have done that, right? Like, it's
Yeah.
tradition and it's what they do year after year after year. So, like, you want to do it. You want to be a part of it.
Seems painful.
If there was
though.
something that was a tradition here, running in front of a razorback, we'd probably all do it, you know?
Right, but it's a lot smaller than a bull with big old horns. So.
It is.
Oh, all right. Let's talk about if you travel a lot. Do you know when you have to take off your shoes at the airport?
Can we talk about that for a second?
that's
My
a
pet
complete
peeve is when people
inconvenience.
don't wear socks.
Why? If it's not your shoe.
Well, so like if they're wearing sandals, like you want them to wear socks.
Their just toes are out everywhere.
Are you worried for
but they
them or
would
I'm
tell
worried
yourself?
for them.
Oh.
It just grosses me out.
I also have a comment.
Yeah.
Once Joe reads through, I also have a comment afterwards. But
Okay, because it's some airports across the U.S. that they're no longer having people do this.
And this will fix that.
Right, and so they're working on right now phasing it in. But if you were a TSA pre-check already, you didn't have to remove your footwear in the first place.
It's also the tennis shoes, and then they pull it off, and there's no sock. Then it's sweaty. Then there's feet imprints on the ground. Does no one else have a problem with this?
Oh, I mean,
I've heard people talking about it at the airport, like people that didn't know each other before, talking
Yeah.
about that exact thing. About
It's just
people. And I
kind of
was-
gross.
yeah.
I don't know. I wouldn't do it.
I mean,
it is. I will say it is annoying having to take your shoes off every single
Yes.
time.
Because you're just so used to it, though.
And now, like we've gotten used to it, but hopefully it's easier.
The best is in the winter when you're wearing like Uggs. You just slip them right off.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, my problem comes with the inconsistency of whether you have to take your shoes off or not. Because some I'll go through. When I went to Hawaii, I was at MSP in Minneapolis. Or first, actually, I think X&A. I don't think I had to.
Oh, I do it at X&A.
See, it depends on the day. And that's the thing, too. It depends. At MSP, take your shoes off. All right. Then I went to Hawaii, took my shoes off, leave them on. Well, I don't, there's no consistency. So hopefully, this will create that kind of consistency that, all right, I can keep them on, doesn't
Yeah,
matter.
everybody just keep your shoes on, please.
Yes.
Or Tiffany has a heart attack.
No, as long as you're wearing socks, I don't mind.
Yeah.
It's just, it's gross.
I know. It's like whenever you go to the gas station, you're pumping gas, and you see people who have spit on the sidewalk. You're like, okay, it's outside, right? Like, so But at the same time, people have to walk all over that, and then you track it in the store and in your house, and
I just think about too, like, would you walk barefoot through a public bathroom?
no.
That's just like the airport. Those
Yeah.
same feet are walking through.
Yeah. I mean, there's so many germs at airports regardless, though.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
Y'all, I do have a good story about an airport.
Oh,
Do
boy.
y'all want to hear it?
Yes.
Okay. When we were leaving for DC like a month ago, they were boarding our flight. So I ran to the bathroom real quick. I got locked in the stall. Like, couldn't get out. No one was in there. I had to crawl. Under. Branches called me. Where are you? Like, they're waiting on you. I had to crawl under the stall to get out.
Wow.
So that was gross.
Why did you tell him to come in and let you out?
Because he had to be there to be like, she's coming.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, no, I bet you wanted to shower after that.
I did, and then we went all day without showering.
Oh, no.
I was putting Germex everywhere.
Okay,
we can
enough
move
of
on.
the ick. Okay, New South Wales police have released CCTV footage showing 2 arsonists allegedly breaking into a Sydney salon, all right? Well, they poured this accelerant on the floor, but one of the suspects slipped and accidentally set their own pants on fire.
It's what we call karma.
I know, the salon went up in flames, which led to evacuations, nearby, and firefighters were able to put it out before no one was hurt. But you see him like, doesn't that just
does it? Wait,
painful?
so does it show it?
And then you'll see him take
mean-
off, and his pants are on fire.
Wait, I don't.
Hold on, it's coming. It's coming.
Our
Like we're waiting
our
for
producer
it.
Jonan is telling us that it is coming.
But you have to imagine you're tracking it. You're wherever you go,
Right,
that
it goes with
accelerant is
you.
going to be following you. So it
The
probably.
best part of the footage isn't in here.
I don't.
Oh,
there it is.
Oh,
Well, also
What?
that
I don't
was just.
understand what you were doing. Why
Wait.
were you?
so I'm assuming he set a match like really close to the
I
door.
feel like the wrong
Right,
person.
and there he goes.
Oh, liar, liar, pants on fire.
What? Never heard of stop, drop, and roll? Come on.
That's
I'm
a new
just
one,
like,
Glenn.
okay, well, one, why are we lighting it on fire to begin with? We shouldn't do that. But
Probably to
two,
destroy evidence.
yes, but two,
But why a salon?
Like, you just fell into the gasoline, so are you not thinking about that? Like,
Yeah.
you're going to light that,
I don't think-
and it could get you.
Maybe you asked the other guy to light it, like because you just fell into it.
But why would
know.
you light something like that so close?
Yeah, wouldn't you like toss the match?
Yeah. Wouldn't
Well,
you
we
be
all know criminals. They wouldn't be criminals if they were smart
was
in
gonna
the
say
that.
first
Yeah, true.
place.
That is
so.
Yeah, not everyone is, like a Dexter or Michael Schofield. They're gonna
He
get
got
caught.
what he asked for, pretty much.
Oh, they're not Hollywood writers writing the scripts for these guys. That's for
But I mean,
sure.
anyone just watches a movie and sees him throw the match.
Yeah. All right. Well, analysts say that Americans will spend. This is for you, Tiffany. $24 billion this week during
Wish I had
Amazon's
24 billion.
accident. Well, how much of the $24 billion is coming out of your checking account?
Well, yes, if we're asking what I'm going to tell my husband, none.
That's probably best. Target, Kohl's, Walmart, Best Buy, Nordstrom, all offering deals. The discounts there range between 10 and 24%, maybe a little bit higher. Good time, I guess, to swipe up those pools and things for summer, right?
Well, I mean, for avid shoppers, you've had a good few weeks because you had 4th of July sales on like clothes. And now this week, you're kind of getting sales on like things you might need for around the house or things like that. Like, like I mentioned, I'm looking for the steamer cleaner. Other people might be like looking for, I don't know, maybe they just moved in.
Yeah.
Danny, you might need some things for the house. This could be good.
Yeah, I think for the most part we're okay. It's just one of those things where it's like, we talked about this in the show. This is a guy named Dave Ramsey. You may have heard of him. He's like a big financial.
Everyone knows Dave Ramsey.
Okay, well, I don't know. So, but one of his like famous sayings, and I agree with, just because it's on sale doesn't mean you have to buy it.
Well, of course. But if you've been eyeing it, it's
Yeah, so
on
there's
sale.
definitely targeted times. And so for me, I for the most part we're pretty set. So I don't know. There might be something that pops up. It's like, oh, I needed that.
Way to be financially smart.
So is this
Danny.
like the new Black Friday? Like
I think-
like
I
right,
think
like it's like the
It kinda
summer
feels
version
like
of Black
it,
Friday.
right?
Yeah.
And they do it like
Or
twice
a
a
Cyber
year.
Monday.
Okay, now here is a tip. If you're getting married or hosting a big party or anything anytime soon, we did a lot of DIY for our wedding, and we like bought a lot on Amazon Prime Day,
Yeah.
and we saved a ton of money just on like silverware and like the nice plastic plates and monogram napkins, like neon signs, like. We got half of it half price.
Yeah.
We saved a lot of money. So if you do plan on having a big event or dorm shopping, this could be really good for
Yeah.
y'all.
Yeah.
You never know, guys.
Could be. I don't know. I just kind of feel like sales don't really kind of lure me in because I feel like it's just not enough of an incentive. Like if it's half, 80, whatever, good, but just, a few percent, I'm not.
Well, yeah, for sure. I'm not going to buy it if it's 5% off, but if
Yeah.
it's 50% off and I've been eyeing it, maybe I will.
Yeah.
I love to bargain shop, though.
We're getting a whole lesson here.
Yeah.
All right, let's talk about the dramatic traffic camera video released by authorities in Iowa showing this Amazon semi-truck driver that lost control on a wet surface. There he is coming around the corner. It's making its way around social media just because it is so dramatic.
Guys, this is so scary. Like, just these semi trucks and like the conditions that they have to drive through. My dad drives semi trucks, and just like they're out on the road in conditions we don't want to be out on the road, and then they're carrying 2 trailers half the time. And so, I mean, just so much respect for them. I guess he was okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Driver.
No injuries.
Thank
Yeah,
goodness.
Okay, but I
So
think
was
it's
it
that
was it just
corner.
wet or?
Yeah, the
Yeah.
road's just wet there, and he lost control. Because you can imagine how heavy,
Yeah.
his the weight
Well,
is in the trailer.
and here's the thing: if that trailer was empty, there's no weight
Yeah.
in the
Yeah.
back.
They could have just been
really.
dropping off, or they had just dropped off.
And if it's windy, then the back starts moving,
Yeah.
There's just so many factors that could go into this, but thank goodness he's okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and especially because that was in Iowa City, where the University of Iowa is, and so it's a very heavy populated area. Thankfully, school's not in session, or at least not like the main school year, and 2, like you said, it's just wet, but that can just sometimes be enough that the tires kind of hydroplane slip and fall off the road.
Have any of you ever hydroplanes?
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, it happens like out of nowhere, right?
Yeah.
Like
It's
all
so
of it, you don't
scary.
expect it. All of a sudden, you're just spinning or something.
One of my first times driving my little Mustang, I was 16, and I tried to pull out. It was called Maumelle Boulevard in the Little Rock area, and I mean, my car spun across Maumelle Boulevard, stopped right before it got in the ditch. It spun 3 times.
Yeah.
And then, thank goodness there was a red light, so no one was coming. The minute I stopped, all the cars started coming.
Yeah.
I called my dad immediately. I said, please come get me. I did not drive my car in the rain for 2 years. I would drive my mom's car until I
Well,
went to college.
something with the Mustangs, like they're the worst.
The rear wheel.
Mine was that too. It was 540 and 40 connect. It was like a flash flooding a bit, and all of a sudden spinning on 540. I landed in the ditch, and then it just started like filling up real fast. Water just started like coming in the car.
It's terrifying.
It was. It happened out of nowhere. Nowhere. All right, let's talk about some good things about the roads. The one here in the United Arab Emirates, the highway there is alive with the sound of music. Now, it's playing Beethoven's Ode to Joy.
We
Do you
love
hear
it.
it?
We
You have
love
to go
it.
60 miles per hour, and it just gives you a neat little sound. It's part of an art project that they installed.
Yeah, I think this is so cool. I think it would be very cool to go to this area because I feel like they are so high tech and advanced, and just the things that we see, it's wild. But I'm just like, here on the highway, you'd just be hearing everyone's songs. But does everyone have the same song, or are there different cars?
I guess
or different
Beethoven's
ones?
sort of like it's a safe pick, right? Like everyone would be like, okay, I can dig it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it'd be really cool if everyone could like personalize their car to have a different song. So then you have like a theme song at all times. You're rolling in.
Or the road connects to your Bluetooth and plays what's on your playlist.
That'd be fun.
That'd be really
That'd be
cool.
fun.
So
Okay.
was that just based off what it was going over?
Like it's
Yeah.
under the road, and when the tires hit, it just starts making a noise.
I think that's kind of fun. It'd be cool if they made like a public road or two that, just kind of
Yeah.
like, especially in areas maybe that aren't heavily populated, like on the highway, when people start getting tired, you drive over that.
There
and
you
here
go.
comes the music.
That'll wake you up and get you going.
Yeah, well, for sure.
All right, well, we talked about this earlier this week on 5 News this morning, but Pittsburgh hosting that world-class event showcasing facial hair in all its glory. It's called the World Beard and Mustache Championships. 17 countries, competitors from those countries coming to compete, and they got long beards, short beards, beards of all color. And I kind of feel like that's a unique little club, right?
Yeah, that's cool. I love to see like people that grow it out all year long. There was this one man at my church growing up, and he would grow his beard out all year because he'd do Santa at Bass Pro Shops. He'd be Santa. So all year he'd have this like long white beard. But I remember when it started short, and just over the years it's gotten longer and longer and longer.
Well, this one actually benefits the UPMC Children's Hospital Foundation. So, just for a great cause. Love it.
Jacob, you gonna enter?
No, I've been working on trying to grow my beard out, but it's not a good. It doesn't
What's
go
the
well.
longest you've had it?
Oh, I don't know. I probably I mean, not much longer than this.
No.
I've never grown it out longer than this.
Is it
Yeah.
true that like boys, I've heard multiple times, like you kind of have to grow it out, and then if it's patchy, like you shave it. You keep doing that until it's full, but you have to grow it out for a while, right? And then shave it, and then try again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You just got to be. I think the biggest thing is just being patient. Yeah.
Danny, what about you? You ever had a beard?
Oh yeah, mine grows very quickly, and so like I look like a caveman sometimes. Like
I would love to see Danny with a beard.
I probably need like a week to grow like
No
a
shave
full one.
November.
I was say if my bosses are listening, if that's all right, we'll see. But yeah, I can grow it pretty nice. The problem is it just gets so itchy underneath the neck.
Yeah,
So you have to get past
yeah.
the neck. But once you get through like that 1 to 3 week phase, then it's okay. The longest I went was like a month and a half, I think, and it got pretty full. But yeah.
It seems like a lot of work, just like hair.
And I feel like
You know,
they
it's
need
just
to
a
make
lot.
little beard hair vacuums because, goodness gracious.
in the
Amazon Prime.
bathroom.
In
Are
the
you,
sink?
I know.
In the sink?
Guys, I'm just saying. Like, do you clean it up, or you just say you clean it up?
They just say they clean it up. I think they do a little brush.
Wait.
I think we're having a little PTSD with our husbands
I was
here.
gonna say,
beard hair all over the
I thought I was the only one.
No, Joe, it's everywhere.
I clean it up. And the good news for my girlfriend, though, is we have 2 bathrooms. So I have my own and she has her own. So we can kind of keep
I
it
mean, we
separate.
have 2 sinks,
Well,
but it
mine
still
just
drives me
says
crazy.
he cleans it up too, but his clean and mine clean are different cleans.
I think they consider cleaning it up when it's not just like the big like wad of it basically in
Yeah.
the sink, but it's still like the little hairs are everywhere.
Okay, changing gears. A 90-year-old North Carolina man who loves a good thrill went skydiving for the first time. I mean, I guess if you're going to do it for the first time at 90 years old, why not, right?
You know what? My thought, maybe I'll do it at 92. At that point, I've lived a good life.
Yeah, what a way
give it
to
a try.
Yeah. Ray Shear, he made that dive and said it was a venture of a lifetime, but had another adventure waiting for him when he got home because he didn't tell his wife he was going to go skydiving.
Typical.
Has anybody done this here?
No.
No.
No, I'm not gonna.
I'm very scared of heights. And
Yeah.
like on roller coasters, my least favorite part is drops and like the height. But I love roller coasters, like the loops, all that. But like I close my eyes every time when we're going up and then
Yeah.
we go down and I'll open them halfway down.
Yeah, I can't-
So
I
I just can't imagine like making the choice to jump.
It's
you know what I'm
it's a
saying?
control thing for me. I don't like to be out of control of any situation,
Yeah,
and
sure.
that it's gone. Control's gone. So
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
over.
And you're relying on someone else at that point.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
well, it's like that irrational fear for me that like, oh, the parachute's not going to open.
Right.
It's like you watch too much Final Destination, or if like there's a car on the side of the road, there's a bunch of logs on it. Oh, that's falling on my car for
Yeah.
sure.
I
Like
have
get
so
backing
many
up.
friends who have done it and they love it. And
Yeah.
they say it's so much fun, but I don't know.
That's a lot.
It scares me. The thought of choosing to jump out of a plane, I think I'd get up there and chicken out.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe when we're 90, we'll circle back around.
There we go.
Yeah, there's a lot of things I wouldn't do in real life, but I would do for TV.
That's
And-
one of them?
Yeah, maybe.
Wow. Okay.
But we're not allowed to do it, so I don't have to think about it.
there we go. All right, let's talk about the weather a little bit here on this Tuesday. Not looking, I guess, too bad. Just some rain in the forecast.
Yeah, some rain in the area. We're seeing that, especially in eastern Oklahoma. Maybe I'll change this graphic here just to kind of show you where the rain is. But otherwise, through the rest of the 7-day forecast, we're going to see rain chance this afternoon, and then eventually we'll pretty much dry out through the rest of the week until this weekend, where we'll see a couple of more scattered shower chances. And for the River Valley, same kind of deal. Some potentially stronger thunderstorms this afternoon, but I'm not expecting anything widespread severe. But it's that potential, and that does get a little bit warmer when it's a little bit drier, high temperatures in the low to mid 90s. We'll show you that rain going through right now into portions of eastern Oklahoma, now starting to cross over the Arkansas-Oklahoma border. You can see areas near the Fort Smith area, and you can see some moderate to heavy rainfall there moving through portions of the region. Northwest Arkansas, pretty dry as of now, but you notice some developing there in Delaware County. So eventually it'll be pretty much, not necessarily area wide, but definitely kind of from north to south, everywhere's going to see a little bit of a chance of rain. That'll be kind of intermittently throughout the day. We'll have those chances.
All right. Hey, thanks so much for waking up with us here on the Daily Brew. Have a great Tuesday. We'll see you back here tomorrow.
7 a.m. See you then.